All right, welcome everybody to another edition of the Florida Physique Report. This is episode number 60, our 60th episode. My name is John Hansen. I'm your host for the show, and we're broadcasting live from the Powerhouse Gym in downtown Tampa, Florida. Today is May 11th, 2016. Today's Tim Gardner's birthday. Happy birthday, Tim Gardner. Of course, one of the best and biggest promoters in the Florida area and around the nation. Tim promotes quite a few pro shows as well as quite a few amateur shows around here, and he's the chairman now of the MPC Puerto Rico. So Tim is a very, very busy man, great friend of mine, and I just want to wish him a happy birthday. All right, on today's show, we have a really big show for our 60th episode. Our special guest this week is Natalia Coelho. Natalia is a figure pro from the Florida area. She got her pro card last year at the MPC Nationals at only 19 years old. Amazing. And she competed already twice in two professional competitions this year. She did the Miami Beach Muscle Pro and got 4th place in her pro debut. And then she just competed a couple weeks ago at the Europa Show of Champions in Orlando and took 2nd place. She almost won. And she had her 20th birthday only, I think the next day, right after the show. So she almost got her first pro win at 19 years old. So she's going to continue competing this year, and I'm sure she's going to get a pro win and get to that Olympia stage before the year is out. Before we talk to Natalia, I've got quite a few competitions to go over. We did not have a Florida Physique Report last week, so we missed reporting on the Europa, which took place 2 weeks ago on April 29th and 30th, so we have to go over the results of that. And then after that, we have the results of the Naples Bonita Classic, which took place last weekend on May 7th out in Immokalee, Florida, at the casino out there. And also the Seminole Classic, which took place right in the Orlando area. Joe and Ty Pope were the promoters there, so we got the results from that. So before we talk to Natalia, let's go over the results of the Europa. It was a huge contest, as it always is. 383 total competitors at the Europa in Orlando this year. So just a really big show. National qualifier, of course, and they had all the different divisions. Let's go over the results real quick. It started off with the teenage divisions. The teen bodybuilding, Basil Shabib was the winner. He was in really good shape for a teenager. And then Basil also won the teen men's physique. So he won both teen bodybuilding and teen men's physique. Teen bikini was won by Laura Kirkpatrick. The teen classic physique, this was interesting. 2 twins, Victor and Francisco Sanchez, who I did interviews with at the Europa. They are twins, they're only 19 years old, and they took 1st and 2nd place in the teen classic physique division. Victor took 1st place, Francisco was 2nd, and we did a great interview with these guys. They're just starting off. They're going to have a really good career, I'm sure. 2 really personable young men, and they both got really good physiques. So I look forward to seeing them compete in the future. In the Masters Classic Physique in the 35 to 44 division, Darren Norris, who used to compete in bodybuilding, he took 1st place out of 6 competitors. And in the 45 plus division, Chris Foster was in really good condition, really ripped. He took 1st place there. They had a women's bodybuilding division. In the over 35, Kashima Miraji was the winner. She had a great physique, really well developed and in good shape. And in the over 45 division, Katie Kehoe was the winner. In the bodybuilding masters division, the over 35, 11 competitors in the over 35 division. Miguel Dorta, who I've seen compete, I think he was in the All South about 2 years ago. Miguel always shows up in ripped condition, and he was in great shape, and he took 1st place. Chris Foster, who won the Masters Classic Physique, also won the over 50 bodybuilding, and then Eddie King won the over 60 division. In the Women's Physique Masters, Ivy Ryan was the winner. She was in excellent condition, great muscular development, really ripped, and in really good condition. She's a Florida resident, so we look forward to seeing Ivy compete again. The Novice Women's Physique went to Melanie McNamara. And in the Women's Physique Open, Betty Jo Pitts was the winner in Class A, and Ivy Ryan, again, was the winner in Class B. And then the overall winner, obviously, Ivy Ryan. Very good competitor. All right, moving on to the novice bodybuilding. Leo Eder won the lightweight. Leo was in excellent condition. Not a big guy, but really good conditioning. Daniel Comforte was the winner in the middleweight, and then Austin Grenier was the winner in the heavyweight. But the overall went to Leo Eder. The small guy wins the overall in the novice bodybuilding division. They had a novice classic physique division. Jorge Rodriguez was the winner in Class A. I think this was the most ripped I've ever seen Jorge. He looked great. Darren Norris, who won his class in the Masters Classic Physique, he also won the Class C and the Novice Classic Physique. And then the Classic Physique Open, they had a pretty good turnout. Brendan Haydick, who just won the overall bodybuilding at the Jax Physique a couple of weeks ago in Jacksonville, he was the winner in Class A. Rudy Exantis was the winner in Class B, and man, I'll tell you, Rudy had an incredible physique. Talk about genetics. This guy had really full muscle bellies, didn't weigh a lot, great structure, small waist, and real full muscle bellies that just popped, and the guy was completely fat-free. He looked incredible. So I look forward to seeing him compete again. And then Darren Norris, again, wins his third first-place victory of the night by winning Class C. But the overall, no doubt about it, Rudy Exantis. This kid's got great genetics, so I look forward to seeing him compete in the Classic Physique and more in some future competitions. Women's Bodybuilding Open went to Katie Kehoe. And then going into the Men's Bodybuilding Open, Leo Eder, who won the Novice, he won the Bantamweight class. Brendan Haydick, who was the winner at the Jax Physique, was the lightweight winner. Miguel Dorta, again, showing excellent condition, wins the middleweight class over 9 other competitors. Danny Garcia was second in that class. And Israel Hernandez, who just won the Monster Classic in the Masters division, he was in third place, so it was really, really competitive in the middleweights. Ricardo Sotelo, who was working with AJ Sims, showed really good conditioning. Ricardo's got a great physique, but he was a little bit off at the Miami Muscle Beach Pro, and he was in much better condition here. He wins the light heavyweight class, and Jason Pregel wins the heavyweights. He had really good leg development, and he had a tough division, 6 guys in that class. But Dylan Williamson, the super heavyweight, was really huge. Dylan I seen compete before a couple years ago. I haven't seen him since. But this kid's got a great physique, really thickly developed, really proportioned, and came in great condition. He's also working with AJ Sims. And then Dylan won the overall men's bodybuilding, so congratulations to him. In the bikini division, the Masters Bikini 35-44 was won by Anna Frazier. She beat out 12 other competitors. And the over 45 went to Madeline Fiorini. In the Men's Physique Masters, over 35, went to Kieran Phoenix. He's always got a great physique. Kieran's a veteran competitor, competes a lot in the Florida area. And over 45 went to Anthony Van Dunn, who also was in the Monster Classic a week ago. Figure Masters, over 35, went to Diane Stewart. She was a really, really good physique, pretty muscular. And then over 45 went to Denise Holloway. They had a fitness division. Janessa Goman was the winner, and she beat out 4 other competitors. Janessa trains right here at the Powerhouse Gym in downtown Tampa, so congratulations to Janessa. The novice figure went to Therese Smock Georgie. She won Class A, and Nadia Del Campo won Class B. Figure open, Alexis Keister, who I've seen compete a couple times. I think she won the All-South like 2 years ago. She wins Class A. She looked really good. Diane Stewart, the winner in the over 35, also won the Open Class B. Tiffany Boyer, who had a really attractive physique, she wins Class C. And Denise Holloway, who won the over 45, wins the Open in Class D. But in the overall, Diane Stewart was the overall winner in the figure open, so congratulations to her. Going on to the novice men's physique, Christopher Paget was the winner in Class A. Robert Del Castillo was the winner in Class B. Dennis Williams won Class C, and Clifton Joseph was the winner in Class D. And then the Men's Physique Open, a lot of competitors in this. Elroy Mills wins Class A with 14 competitors in that class. Justin Woodard wins Class B. Daniel Light wins Class C. Dennis Williams was the winner in Class D. Chaz Williams, another veteran competitor, came in excellent condition. I don't think I've ever seen Chaz so ripped. He wins Class E. And Bogdan Jordana, a competitor from the South Florida area, great look for men's physique. He wins Class F. But the overall goes to Chaz Williams in excellent condition. I think Chaz is training for the Junior USA, which is going to take place next weekend. And then finally we finished off with the bikini divisions. Novice bikini, Waynon Rainey wins Class A over 11 competitors. Amanda Amorel wins Class B. Brittany Page wins Class C. And Sadie Johnson wins Class D. And then in the open bikini, a lot of competitors in this division. As always, Rachel Peters was the winner in Class A. Waynon Rainey was the winner in Class B. Amber Bogart wins Class C. Larissa Nowek wins Class D. Sadie Johnson wins Class E. and Kaylee Mazzarito wins Class F. 6 classes in the open bikini, but the overall goes to Larissa Nowak. So congratulations to all those winners. Obviously a very big contest. Congratulations to Eddie and Beth Pariso for putting on another great event. Always a big turnout at the Europa Show of Champions in Orlando. So that was a great show. All right, let's go over the results of the Seminole Classic, which took place last Saturday on May 7th out in the Orlando area. Joanne and Ty Pope were the promoters, and they had 99 total competitors in that show. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures right now, but we may be getting those pictures soon. But I can give you the results. The Classic Physique overall winner went to Joe Gerbel. The Figure Open went to Alyssa Mueo. Bodybuilding Men's Open went to Joe Geibel, who also won the Classic Physique. Men's Physique went to Carlos Ruiz. The Bikini overall winner was Yahara Diaz, who we saw compete at the Monster Classic. And the Women's Physique overall winner was the same girl who won the Figure Open, Alyssa Moreo. So congratulations to those winners. And the Naples Bonita Classic took place last weekend also on May 7th. And I was at that contest. We've got the interviews up right now on floridaphysique.com. We've also got the full photo report and the full results up on floridaphysique.com. So be sure to check that out. I'll go over the results here real quick. Masters Bodybuilding in the over 60 division was won by Peter Finch, who is 75 years old. Peter looks incredible for 75 years old. This guy looks like 20 years younger than what he is. Incredible. Congratulations to Peter. What a great accomplishment. This guy never gives up, always competing. 75 years old, still competing in bodybuilding, and he's a winner. The over 50 division went to John Eaton, and the over 35 went to Adam Andler. Adam's got a real thick physique, real good leg development. Came in a little bit harder this year than he did last year at the Naples Bonita Classic. So as long as this guy just keeps improving his conditioning, he could be a big winner in the open division. In the teen men's bodybuilding, that went to Max Padilla. Novice bodybuilding went to Richard Fricke, who was competing in his very first contest. Richard was in great condition, had some good leg development, so congratulations to him. Masters figure went to Sheila Hand. She won the over 50. And Jacqueline Joy Battles won the over 40. And Natalie Zellers won the over 30. So congratulations to all those winners. Figure Open, Class A. Again, Jacqueline Joy Battles wins Class A. Sheila Hand, our over 50 winner, wins Class B. And Kelsey Goodrich wins Class C. But the overall in the Figure Open goes to Jacqueline Joy Battles. So congratulations to Jacqueline. Women's Physique, Suzette Henderson was the winner there. I talked to Suzette last year at the MPC Nationals. She just started working with Shelby Starnes as a coach, and they were trying to figure out her physique, and they hadn't done it, so she missed her peak at the Nationals. But she came back strong here and looked really, really good. Unfortunately, had no competition, but she wins first place in the women's physique. The teen men's physique went to Samuel Litsky. He looked really good for a teenager. The over 50 men's physique went to John Dill. Over 40 men's physique went to Mike Keel, and I've seen Mike compete before in bodybuilding and in men's physique, so he wins the over 40 here. Philip Reed, competing in his very first show, wins the over 35 men's physique. Philip has a remarkable resemblance to Matthew McConaughey, and we did an interview with Philip. Philip is being trained by Tyler Gousseau, and this was, like I said, his very first show, so Tyler really had him dialed in. He looked great. On to the novice men's physique, Charles Montevello, who was in really good condition. He wins Class A. Dominic Fanti won Class B. And Nathaniel Voltaire wins Class C. But the overall novice men's physique goes to Dominic Fanti. Moving on to the men's physique open, Charles Montevello again wins his class here, wins Class A. Mike Keel, who won the over 40 men's physique, wins Class B in the open. Philip Reed wins Class C. And the overall, again, 2 overall victories. Philip Reed, the overall winner. Congratulations to Philip. Great night. First contest ever, and he wins both the Masters and the Men's Open. And taking second in that class was Samuel Litsky, who was only a teenager, so congratulations to him. That's really good for a teenage competitor to take second in the Open. Nathaniel Voltaire won Class D, and the overall men's physique, again, went to Philip Reed. All right, moving on to the Classic Physique. Only had 3 competitors. Mike Keel wins Class A, so he switches over from men's physique over to Classic Physique, and he takes first place there. John Contino, who competed last year in the bodybuilding, I believe he won the over 50 bodybuilding John looks incredible for over 50 years old. Really good development, especially his legs, and he came in really ripped this time. He switched over to the men's physique, and he wins Class B, and then Chance Wallace wins Class C. But the overall goes to John Contino, who is now switching over to classic physique from bodybuilding, and it really suits him well. In the teen bikini, he's had some really good competitors. Darian Sanfilippo was the winner, and Jordan Bobrin was in second place. Both Darian and Jordan looked fantastic for teenagers. And in the Masters bikini, the over 40 went to Laura Lancia Silva. Over 30 class went to Jenna Vest. Jenna looked really good. And then the novice bikini, Class A, went to Sarah Garrett. Brittany Sanzoni was the winner in Class B. She looked really, really good look for her figure. I was sitting next to Peter McGuff, and he thought she was going to win the overall. And Grace Blankenship, right here at the Powerhouse Gym, competing in her very first show, wins Class C and the overall in novice bikini. So Grace competed with her fiance, Xavier, and we did an interview with her after the show. They're getting married in about a month. They trained for the show together and dieted for like 5 months. So she looked fantastic. Congratulations to Grace. Going into the men's bodybuilding open, Cameron Keene was the winner in the lightweight. Cameron was in excellent condition, really ripped, and he's very aggressive in the pose down. He was a really good competitor. Chris Coupler, who took third place both at the Monster Classic and at the Europa, came in the winner here, winning first place in the light heavyweight. Chris has got a great physique, really good leg development, real complete bodybuilder, good size, just came in a little bit lighter. I think he said he was like 4 pounds lighter for this show than he was the Europa, and it paid off because he wins first place. And Richard Fricke, who was our novice winner, also wins the heavyweight in the open, but the overall goes to Chris Coupler. Well-deserved victory for Chris. He's going to take the rest of the year off, try and bring his upper body up a little bit more, and compete again in 2017. And then finally, they finished off with the bikini open division. Darian Sanfilippo, who was our winner in the teen division, wins the open in Class A. Sarah Garrett, who won the novice bikini in her class, she wins Class B in the open. Jordan Bobrin, who was second place in the teen, wins Class C, and she beat out Brittany Sansoni, so that was very close between those two. And then Grace Blankenship wins Class D in the open, and the overall again goes to Grace Blankenship. So congratulations to Grace. What a great night for her. Very first contest, and she wins the novice and open overall titles in the bikini. All right, let's talk about what's going on in the month of May. This weekend on May 14th, they're going to have the IFBB NPC Florida Grand Prix, which is going to take place at Northwood University in West Palm Beach. That should be a really good show. Serge Sarek, who is in charge of the NPC clothing wear out here in the Florida area, he is the promoter. This will be his second year promoting the show. It's a national qualifier, and they're going to have Dennis Wolf as the guest poser, so that should be fantastic. So I will be out there this weekend in West Palm Beach, and I'll be taking pictures and doing interviews, so I'm looking forward to that show. Also taking place this weekend on the 14th is the NPC Riptide Classic, promoted by Mike McKinney. That's going to take place in Panama City Beach, Florida, up in the Panhandle. That is also a national qualifier, so that should be a great show. Next weekend, the NPC Junior USA, the first national level show of the year. It's going to take place in North Charleston, South Carolina, and it'll be on May 20th and 21st. So I know a lot of Florida competitors who are going out to the Junior USA and trying to get their pro card out there. Also taking place on the 21st out here in Florida is the Progress and Pride show, which is the second year for promoter Brian Raymond. That's going to take place in Fort Myers Beach, Florida. And if you want more information on that, go to progressandprideclassic.com. And then finishing off the month on the 28th, the Florida Muscle Classic, which is a new contest. It's going to be a national qualifier. It's going to take place in Boca Raton, Florida. So go to floridamuscleclassic.com for information on that. And then we got my contest, which is the NPC Natural Suncoast Classic. This is my third year promoting the show. We are moving the location this year from Jefferson High School in Tampa, and we're going over to the St. Pete Marriott Clearwater Hotel in St. Pete, Florida. We're going to have Autumn Swanson as our guest poser. Autumn is an old friend of mine from Chicago, and she was the winner at the Arnold Classic this year as the Pro Women's Physique winner. She's one of the rising stars in the sport. She had a great routine. She beat out Florida's own Danny Reardon in that contest. So that just goes to show you how great Autumn is doing. So she's going to be our featured guest poser. We also got a few surprises. We got a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's going to be a great, great show. I hope you guys can make it out and support natural bodybuilding at the Natural Suncoast Classic on May 28th. Out at the St. Pete Marriott Clearwater. If you want more information on that show, go to npcnaturalsuncoast.com and you can find out all the information on that contest. If you're not competing in it, I hope you're at least going to be there. All right, that is it for the Florida Physique Report for this week. We're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to be joined by Natalia Coelho, Florida's own figure professional, who is on the verge of winning her first Figure Pro show. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the Florida Physique Report. Divine Nutrition Products believes in supplying the consumer with the highest quality products available. Their natural isolate line of protein is comprised of whey protein isolate made from grass-fed protein, featuring brand new flavors like vanilla peanut butter and pound cake. Divine Nutrition Products is the preferred supplement of rising IFBB Pro Figure champion Sydney Gillen, winner of the 2016 Miami Beach Muscle Pro.
Hey, this is Sydney Gillen, IFBB Figure Pro champion. I love Divine Nutrition products, especially the pound cake as soon as I get that one. But my favorite right now is vanilla peanut butter. It's so delicious.
Visit us at divinenutritionproducts.com. All right, welcome back to the Florida Physique Report, and my special guest this week is Natalia Coelho, and she is, of course, one of the rising stars in the Florida area. She got her pro card at only 19 years old last year at the NPC Nationals, and she's competing this year now as a professional, and she's just coming off a second-place victory. I call it a victory, even though it's second place at the Europa Show of Champions last weekend in Orlando. How you doing, Natalia?
I'm doing very well, and you?
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your debut pro career, or pro year, I should say. You started off, I think your first one was the Miami Beach Muscle Pro, right?
Yes. And, well, I wasn't sure if I should wait a little bit more to do this show or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I was training for that. I felt ready, so I'm like, I'm going to try to do my first show.
Yeah.
And it took about like 3 months or 4 to get ready.
Uh-huh.
My qualification, my pro card. And then I got 4th place. I felt really good to be in the top 5, my first pro show.
Yeah.
So
And that was a pretty tough lineup too, right?
I know, yeah. I think there was like 28 girls.
Yeah, exactly. So that had to feel pretty good doing your pro debut in Florida, right? Right from your hometown.
Yes, yeah. It's much better, like I feel, I had more support, people could go there and support me and be cheering for me. So it's good to know that there are people,
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit, before we talk about your pro career, let's talk about when you won the Nationals last year, because that was spectacular, to get your pro card at 19 years old, and you go into the NPC Nationals in the figure division, and you win your class. which was amazing because that was a very stacked lineup.
It
So,
was, yeah.
how did you feel? How you looked that day? Did you think you were going to win? I mean, did you think you had a chance? Because that's a huge show.
Yes, it was a huge show. But that's the thing. I think I was ready, like I wasn't just working out my body, but also my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that if I don't go to the show thinking that I have chance to win, it's like I'm not gonna be as confident as I should.
Right.
So since the first time that I stepped on stage, I was like, I can do it. And I knew the girls look amazing. All of them are like in a very good conditioning. But I knew I had chances, and I just went there, did my best. Didn't try. I tried to not compare myself to them
Mm-hmm.
because I see like on backstage, most of the girls keep on looking at each other and
Yeah.
trying to. But that's not good for you. So and everybody was very nice to me. Everybody was talking to me on backstage.
Yeah.
So I was happy, yeah. And like the feeling when I was on stage and they call like the top 5 girls and I was there. I I have like no words to explain. It's just like it was a dream for me because wow, first place.
Yeah.
I was like when I went out of the stage, I was crying. Like I couldn't stop crying, and I
Right.
was smiling like the whole week. From year to year, smiling the whole day.
Right. Right.
That was like the best feeling.
Now, before the nationals, what was the last national level show you did?
I did the Out South.
Okay.
I guess it was the Out South. Before no, actually, I did the North Americans.
Okay.
I did the North Americans. I placed fifth place.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, I'm going to do another show. And then 4 weeks later, I did the Miami Nationals.
Okay.
And I got first.
So between the North America and the nationals, what did you do with your training and your diet? What did you change?
Well, I noticed that one of my weakest point was my hamstrings.
Okay.
So I was focusing a lot on my hamstrings. I would do like hamstrings every time, like after my workouts. I would do 100 reps, like lighter, just
Yeah.
to really feel the contraction.
Huh.
And then I was doing that for about like 2 weeks. And then in the diet, I didn't change much. Only the peak week, which we depleted much more
Uh-huh.
because I felt it would be tighter.
Yeah.
And then Chris, my coach, he just changed it like the cardio and the carbs at the
Mm-hmm.
end. But I saw like a big difference in my hamstrings, especially. So it worked for me.
So for your hamstrings, you were training them every day, you said, just lightweight with a lot of
Well,
reps.
actually, not every day, but I would have like one day in the week that I would go heavier.
Okay.
And every time after my workouts, I would do like 100 reps, only one exercise, like leg curls or whatever.
Yeah.
Only one exercise for hamstrings, just to bring out like more the definition of it.
Yeah. Well, one thing I noticed that really stood out on you at the nationals was your legs, because you had cross striations on your legs, and everybody's like, "Wow!" I was in the audience, and I remember everybody freaking out over that.
Yes, right. I really focus on my quads a lot, and that's one thing that I think wasn't very good for me on the North Americans because I was focusing so much on my quads that I didn't give as much attention to my hamstrings.
Oh, okay.
So between North Americans and the Miami Nationals, I was focusing more on my hamstrings. But because I was doing legs twice a week,
Okay.
and then now I'm doing twice a week still, but I do one day quads, one day only hamstrings and glutes.
Okay. So before you were doing both your quads and your hamstrings twice a week.
Yes.
Okay.
I have one day only for hamstrings.
Was your legs a body part that came up pretty easily, or did you really have to work on that?
No, actually, it took a while.
Really?
Like at the beginning, everybody would tell me the opposite, that my legs would take a long time to,
Right.
go down and see the definition of it. But I don't know, like people are like, oh, you should just do, I don't know, like try something different or whatever. But I know like there's so many techniques out there.
Yeah.
And I like trying everything that I could. And I really knew that it was just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept like trying different techniques until something works.
Okay. So now, after you win the pro card at the Nationals, you weren't really just sure what pro show you were going to do after that?
Not really. I didn't know. I had no idea. I was so like out of my mind. But in the same week, like 2 days later, my coach asked me like, how you feeling? Are you ready to go to another competition? You want to take some time off?
Yeah.
It's like, of course not, like now that I'm pro, I
Right.
just want to go and do it. And, I just didn't feel the need to have some time off. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, if you want to eat a little bit, carb up. And I'm like, no, let's go for it.
You were ready to go.
Yeah, I love that.
So, did you do anything different then from the nationals to your pro debut in Miami?
Actually, my prep was very similar to my nationals prep.
Okay.
But I think the only thing different that I did was actually I did less cardio. I was doing like double cardio.
Mm-hmm.
And this time I only started double cardio like the last week or so.
Okay.
But yeah,
How was your weight, Natalia? Was it different?
yes, much different. In the nationals, I was 137, I guess,
Okay.
136. And in the pro, I was 130, like 7 pounds lighter.
7 pounds lighter. Wow. Okay. So you're
Like,
focusing more on conditioning then.
yes.
Okay.
Because especially now that they are not looking for size,
Yeah.
size figure,
Yeah.
they're looking for more conditioning, symmetry, proportion. So I tried not to put more size. I was just like doing more reps
Mm-hmm.
and my cardio and all that stuff.
Yeah. So after the Miami Beach Muscle Pro, your pro debut, did you talk to the judges? Did you get any feedback from them on what you need to do? Because you took fourth place, a really tough lineup. But did you ask them, like, what do you need to do to move up even farther?
Yes, I talked to the head judge, I talked to Tim Gardner,
Mm-hmm.
some of the judges, and it is very important to me to listen to their opinion, even though all the judges think differently.
Yeah.
Everybody has one point of view, or
Yeah. Yeah.
how it is. But I like to listen to everybody's opinion, and then I make my own decision.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them said it's just a matter of time because you're too young. They said I'm doing well. I have a good proportional symmetry.
Yeah.
They told me about my hamstrings to focus more on that.
Okay.
Doing the same thing. And in this show, I felt like a huge difference. Even like 3 days before the show, I could feel my hamstrings much tighter.
Mm-hmm.
And in the last show, I only felt it like the day of the show. So I think, I'm bringing it.
Okay. Now, between the Muscle Beach Miami Pro and the Orlando Europa, did you do anything different there?
As I said, the only thing different was focusing on my hamstrings. I
Okay.
kept the same thing for my back, for my shoulders, for everything else.
Yeah.
I was, because I believe if I'm doing something that is working, why am I going to stop doing it?
Yeah, for sure.
So if it's working for me, I just keep doing whatever I'm doing. And
How was your weight, Natalia? Was it different between the Miami show and this one?
yes, I was even lighter. I was 124, 125.
Wow, no kidding.
So I dropped like, almost 10 pounds.
So you're like probably 12 pounds less than you were at the Nationals, huh?
Yes.
Wow, okay. But it seems to be working because now you moved up to second place. Now, when they called you out for that first call out, did you feel that you had a shot at winning? Because I think you were in the middle at first, right?
I was very happy when they put me in the middle. I'm like, wow, don't move me, don't move me.
Yeah, right.
But at the last moment, they moved me to the right and then to the left, and they kept moving me around.
Yeah.
And then, but it was like, first or second, I knew I would get it because I was in the spot of first or second.
Yeah.
But even though, like, in Miami, I competed against the girl who won, Cassandra,
Yeah.
and she got second place, I got fourth. But she's very nice, so I was happy for her. I talked to her backstage, and she invited me to go out and eat or whatever. She's very nice.
She's from Florida also, right?
She's from Miami, I guess.
Oh, Miami? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was very close. I was at the prejudging, and I thought after seeing it that you were going to be between either first or second, so I was hoping you were going to pull it off. But it was very close. It was, great after taking fourth place in Miami, and then now you move up to second, so you're right there.
Yeah, I was looking up the score sheet, and I saw, like, I think I got 10 points off, and she got 5 points off.
Okay.
It was very close.
Yeah. And then you had a birthday, right? Didn't you have a birthday right after the show?
Yes, on Sunday, the day after.
The day after, right. So you're no longer a teenager, right?
I'm not. I get old.
That's amazing that you've done so much at such a young age. So what's your plan now for the future? What show are you going to do next?
Well, I had the Chicago Pro in mind, but I think I'm not going to do it because it's like in July.
Yeah.
I would have like 3 months and 2 months and a half in between
Yeah.
to do something sooner, just so I don't know. I really want to get these Olympic qualifications. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I can
As soon as
stop thinking
possible.
about that. I go to bed thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it.
Right.
So I might be doing the Louisiana Pro, the Optimum Classic, which
Okay.
is 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, but that's what I think I will do it.
Okay. So give us an idea of what your training and diet is like now. Like, what's your schedule like? How many times a day do you go to the gym, and how do you split up your body parts and things like that?
Right now, I'm going only once. Actually, closer to the competition, sometimes I go twice. One
Okay.
for cardio, faster cardio, and then to train at night. But now I'm just doing once. I'm doing cardio twice a week only.
Okay.
And my carbs, I'm eating like 300 and 350 right now.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm carving up a little bit because I was very dry.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing a show in 4 weeks, I want to go up and be able to, slowly go down again.
Yeah.
And my training, I've been training 6 times a week. I like to do like 2 days legs, as I told you, 1 day hamstrings, 1 day quads. I do 1 day only for arms. I like to do back by itself because I do like lower back, middle back, and upper back.
Mm-hmm.
I do a little bit of shoulders at the end, just rear delts.
Okay.
And then I do chest and triceps. I was doing triceps and I was doing chest and biceps just because it's an antagonist muscle, so I was like a pump, something better. But now I'm back to chest and triceps. I always like to change, to keep them changing, so my body's not gonna get used to only one type of workouts. But that's basically what I've been doing.
Okay. So that's amazing. You're still eating like 350 grams of carbs, so your metabolism must really be going fast after all these shows.
Yeah, and actually, like in my off season, I was in 700 carbs.
Wow, no kidding. That's crazy. Yeah.
I think I know a lot of bodybuilders that don't go that high.
Yeah.
And I'm figuring I went that high, but it was good because when I started prepping, just to go to 500, I would see a difference in my body.
Right.
So, yeah.
Dieting on 500 grams of carbs.
Right.
So
a lot of food.
What's your overall goal? Obviously, is it to win the Figure Olympia?
Yes, like since I first started like the bodybuilding career, started competing, I've been watching the Olympia for, I don't know, since I was 13, 12 years old.
Yeah.
And this is like, I would never think that one day I would be there. And now I feel that I'm so close to that goal.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe in 10 years from now, when I'm like 26, 27.
Yeah, right.
But also, I wouldn't think that I would be pro so early as well.
Yeah.
I was expecting something like 24 to turn pro.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I really want to get to that stage. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Now, when you were young and you were first getting into the sport, were there any girls that you really looked up to that really, inspired you?
What is funny about that is because when I first started, I wouldn't, like look up for girls. I was always watching like bodybuilders, like videos or motivational stuff. But always like Dennis Wolf and Lee Rennie or like bodybuilders.
Yeah.
And I would watch and read a lot about the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would be alive in the 70s. It's just like, it's the best time for the bodybuilding.
Right, it was, yeah. I agree. I was around during that time, and I agree, it was a great time.
Right.
So you would watch some of the older guys like Lee Haney and stuff, huh?
Lee Haney, yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
And Lee Priest and all this.
That's cool. How about now? Is there anybody who's in the Figure Olympia or in the professional figure competitor who you sort of you like their physique or aspire to be like that?
Well, I like most of their physiques, like Candice and Latoya. Like last year when I saw her on stage and she got first place, I was like, wow, look at her waist.
Yeah.
She has like, I don't know, she's been winning a lot of shows. She looks very, very good.
Yeah, she is very good.
But I don't know, it's funny because I don't see myself as that. I always want to improve more and more. So if somebody asks me like, oh, do you want to have her body? I'm like, no, I want to go I want to be even better. You know?
Yeah.
To me, I think the goal that I have in mind, like the body, it's like there's nobody with the body that I want to have. That's
okay.
why I'm so like hungry to get the body to show everybody what's the physique that I want to have. You know,
Right.
like,
You want to make your own way and show everybody your
yeah,
physique. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Well, Natalia, we wish you the best of luck, and we'll be watching your career. We wish you really good luck in Louisiana in 4 weeks, and congratulations on your second place, and happy belated birthday.
Thanks.
You're no longer a teenager now.
Yeah.
You're out of the teenage ranks, but I think you got a spectacular career, and I think you're going to make it to the Figure Olympia this year, so I think you're going to have a great year.
I hope so. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll talk to you later in the year, and we'll keep following you and see how you do.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our 60th episode of the Florida Physique Report. I want to thank Natalia Coelho for joining us this week. Next week, we will have reports of the MPC and IFBB Florida Grand Prix, which is taking place this weekend, and also hopefully we'll have the results of the MPC Riptide Classic, which is taking place in Panama City Beach. Have a great weekend, everybody. Happy birthday, Tim Gardner, and we will see you guys next week on the Florida Physique Report. Take care.